George Washington Carver was born around 1864 in Diamond Grove, Missouri, on the farm of Moses Carver. The exact date of his birth is unknown, largely due to the chaotic circumstances of the Civil War and his status as an enslaved child. George's father, who died in an accident before George was born, was an enslaved man from a neighboring farm. When George was just a baby, he and his mother were kidnapped by Confederate raiders. Although Moses Carver was able to negotiate George's return, his mother was never found. After the abolition of slavery, Moses Carver and his wife, Susan, raised George and his brother James as their own children. However, because of the racial prejudice of the time, George faced significant challenges in his pursuit of an education. Schools in the area did not accept black children, so he was largely self-taught in his early years. He developed a deep love of learning, particularly in botany, which would guide his future career. Carver's quest for formal education was fraught with obstacles. In the late 1860s and early 1870s, he attended a series of schools in Missouri and Kansas, often facing hostility and exclusion because of his race. Undeterred, he moved from town to town to find schools that would accept him, eventually graduating from Minneapolis High School in Minneapolis, Kansas, in 1880. Carver's academic journey continued at Highland Presbyterian College in Kansas, where he was accepted initially but later turned away when the college realized he was black. Despite this setback, Carver persisted and eventually found a place at Simpson College in Indianola, Iowa, in 1890. There he studied art and piano, but his instructors, recognizing his talent for botany, encouraged him to pursue a career in agricultural science. Following this advice, Carver transferred to Iowa State Agricultural College, now Iowa State University in Ames, where he became the first black student and later the first black faculty member. Carver earned his bachelor's degree in agricultural science in 1894 and his master's degree in 1896. His research on plant biology and fungal infections in crops garnered the attention of Booker T. Washington, the founder of the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, who invited Carver to join the faculty. Carver's tenure at the Tuskegee Institute, where he would spend the rest of his career, was both challenging and productive. As the head of the agriculture department, he faced the daunting task of improving the lives of poor black farmers in the South, who were heavily reliant on cotton, a crop that was depleting their soil and leaving them in poverty. Carver advocated for crop rotation and the planting of legumes such as peanuts, soybeans, and sweet potatoes, which could replenish the soil's nutrients. Carver's innovative approach to agriculture extended beyond simply improving crop yields. He developed hundreds of products from peanuts, sweet potatoes, and other plants, including dyes, plastics, gasoline, and even cosmetics. His work with peanuts earned him the nickname, the Peanut Man, though Carver himself was more interested in promoting agricultural sustainability than in peanuts specifically. He also created the Jessup Wagon, a mobile classroom that traveled to farmers to teach them about crop rotation, soil conservation, and other modern farming techniques. One of Carver's most significant contributions was his work on crop diversification. By encouraging farmers to grow a variety of crops, he helped break the South's dependency on cotton, which was prone to devastating boll weevil infestations. Carver's methods improved the economic stability of Southern farmers and laid the groundwork for more sustainable agricultural practices that are still in use today. Despite his many achievements, Carver's personal life was marked by solitude. He never married, nor had any children. However, at age 40, he began a courtship with Sarah L. Hunt, an elementary school teacher and the sister-in-law of Warren Logan, treasurer of Tuskegee Institute. This lasted 3 years until she took a teaching job in California. His deep religious faith and commitment to his work at Tuskegee occupied most of his time, leaving little room for personal relationships. Carver was known for his humility, generosity, and simplicity, often living frugally despite his fame. He also mentored many students at Tuskegee, instilling in them the same love of learning and dedication to service that he embodied. As Carver aged, he became increasingly frail, but he continued to work at Tuskegee until his death. On January 5, 1943, George Washington Carver died after falling down the stairs at his home in Tuskegee, Alabama. He was approximately 78 years old, though the exact year of his birth remains uncertain. Carver was buried next to Booker T. Washington on the grounds of the Tuskegee Institute. His epitaph reads, "He could have added fortune to fame, but caring for neither, he found happiness and honor in being helpful to the world." George Washington Carver's legacy is vast and enduring. His contributions to agricultural science and sustainable farming practices have had a lasting impact on American agriculture. Carver's promotion of crop rotation and soil conservation helped to improve the livelihoods of countless farmers, particularly in the South, and his pioneering work with peanuts and other crops led to the development of numerous products that are still used today. Beyond his scientific achievements, Carver was a symbol of resilience and perseverance. He overcame the challenges of racism, poverty, and a lack of formal education to become one of the most respected scientists of his time. His work laid the foundation for future generations of Black scientists and inventors, and his example continues to inspire those who face adversity. In recognition of his contributions, Carver has been honored in numerous ways. In 1943, shortly after his death, President Franklin D. Roosevelt dedicated the George Washington Carver National Monument in Diamond, Missouri, the first national monument dedicated to an African American. Carver's legacy is also celebrated in schools, museums, and research institutions across the United States. George Washington Carver's life was a testament to the power of education, determination, and a deep commitment to service. Despite the many challenges he faced, Carver's work revolutionized agriculture in the United States and beyond, and his legacy continues to influence the fields of science and agriculture today. His story is one of triumph over adversity and serves as a reminder of the profound impact that one individual can have on the world.